We got your boy Tucker, or Carlson Tucker, insists that there's non-white people cheering the extinction of white people. Now, I wonder why that would be. Right here on Keep It P Podcast. PCP is definitely going wild. Contact No Anti-Black Racism t-shirt in the chat on the J Lava channel. Let's do this. Or you can hit that link in the description. That'll take you to the sandwich chest. You hear me? And this is, let me get personal with you real quick. This is the Keep It P Podcast. We take the news, situations, everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-black racist war propaganda machine being perpetuated by Z lamestream media. Then you have Z Republicans and Z Democrats, both bipartisan, with the super saying 94-1 on the crime bill. Remember the Asian crime bill? That was targeting you. Remember that? Remember that kept flashing fake black people doing fake Asian crimes? Yeah, this is blood gang, mother sucker. Yeah. Yeah. You remember that? If y'all don't remember that, go back, man. Go back and take a gander at this Keep It P game. Like we've been solidifying and putting down this news for quite some time now, buddy. It's quite, I mean, it's show after show after show after show of us informing you. But guess what though? I got a guy. I never forget that. Hold on, let me get this guy I got. Hey guy.
It's like, hey, or being on Times Square and you're a black dude about 55 doing roundhouse kicks, kicking people's phones out their hands.
No, off the train. No, off the train car onto the tracks. Be specific, brother. Specific. Yeah. Don't disrespect that kind of. That was Chuck Norris would blush at that, nigga. Don't. Yeah, that kind of kick got Bruce Lee fucked up.
You know they said dude's name was Blackie Chan.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy the second.
You feel me?
The descendant of.
3 times removed.
Did you have some game to lace them with, man, before we get into this news? Because I know this Tucker Carlson article is gonna be fucking great.
Hashtag FU Fox News. Hashtag, oh, you thought I wasn't gonna say CNN too? But I said it's a place to be. Sucker MCs. Self-love. That's a beatbox and a b-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny.
You might have.
What's even more corny is if we let the culture die, y'all. And what's even more corny is when we start emulating
our oppressors.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's crucial right there.
That's corny.
That is super, super duper corny. Well, let's get into this, because this one sounds great. You look at that little goofy ass look on his face too, by the way. But it says Carlson Tucker insists that there are non-white people cheering on the extinction of white people. I wonder why that is. I mean, it couldn't be like maybe they try to dominate and oppress everybody who ain't them, and if you ain't them, you got to assimilate to be them. So you really don't have your own identity. Mexican people, Latinos. You know, yeah, you know. Carlson Tucker has apparently not known peace since the U.S. Census Bureau recently reported that the population is diversifying, aka what he's scared of is that white people are now the minority, so says themselves. But what they did also say is that they have allowed the Latino population to grow, what they said, like 13%. And like in one city alone, they was talking about how the black population was like 93,000, but the Latino population had skyrocketed to like 170 something thousand, right? And then they got all of these campaigns and shit talking about black people get vaxxed and this, that, and the other, but they bus loading and planing people, illegals over here and dropping them off in hoods and ain't telling them to get the vax on nothing. Is all I'm saying.
And don't forget all the tie your tubes up, the stop y'all having too many babies.
You talking about
having babies.
The abortion clinics?
What y'all need to do is go to the abortion clinic. Mm-hmm. You need to get your tubes tied. You need to now it's the guns. We got all the guns now, right? Okay. Till they take them all from you, then they come in. They done brought your birth rate down low, so you ain't having no more babies.
Well, listen to this.
And they took your guns from you.
Listen to this, dude. Okay, so this is what I mean by they tell some truth, right? Even in the midst of the propaganda. He says, he theorized that the Democrats are not only behind the country's changing demographics, but that non-white people are celebrating the decline in the white race. The Democrats are behind the changing demographic because they bringing in what you call a new labor force and forcing out the black people. They're drowning out their power so that they don't no longer have to deal with black issues because there'll be other people ahead of them and they can bring as many as of other people from other places as they want. Usually they do people who have a healthy anti-black sentiment already, right? And then also they ain't producing and they mad now. Mr. Check you. Oh, Mr. Check, I ain't seen you. Where you tapping in from, brother? Cause you show right though. They mad, brother, and they more than mad. They acting out, sir. They're trying to figure.
They scared.
Hey, they trying to figure out a way to still run this shit with the low numbers. And guess who's gonna let them? Asians and Mexicans.
And they already said that. They said that in that same article.
Hold on. Does that mean that you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist? Yeah.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah. Because anyway, and he said that's what part of the civil rights bill to give rights to blacks in exchange for cheap labor from immigrants. There you go. Hey, that's a good point. Because they've been implementing that. You say H-Town, Houston in the hills? Is that Houston? That's the only H-Town I know. That's Houston.
That got to
That's
be
the only H-Town I know of that Houston, man.
If you done said somewhere else, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong for that.
You're wrong. Lay Havasu.
Yeah.
Carlson wrestled with the new population data on Friday night, installed of Carlson Tucker tonight, expressing his concerns around the surrounding drop in self-identified non-Hispanic whites. So basically that was key right there too.
There it was.
He said, yeah, y'all white and all, but y'all the Hispanic type. See, we just be using y'all and y'all go along with it. Proud boys? Oh, okay. You know, y'all like to be lapdogs for white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will get in the group and let them make all type of wetback jokes and all type of zoot suit jokes. You know what I'm saying? As long as they talking about the darkies, you will even be the one that talk even louder and more aggressively about black people than they do to show, look, Spike, I don't like them either, Spike. Look, Spike, I hate the darkies too, Spike. You hate them, Spike. I hate them, Spike too. Look. Ah. That's how y'all look. They'd open up the borders with the civil rights bill, straight tricked us. Yep. South side of H-Town. Thank you for show in the dough all the time. Texas on the grind. Early morning when we shine. Yeah.
Shout out Scarface.
You know what I'm saying? Tucker Carlson recent data shows that the decline of self-identifying white population proves that his theory that the Democrats are intentionally accelerating demographic change to replace voters. No. See, which voters are y'all trying to? Which voters?
Right. He's
Replace
specific.
Which voters there? Carlson Tucker? I don't play with this immigrants, both so-called whites or blacks. I check them all. Man, you talking about the immigrant coon, like the Barbadoses and they getting out of control now. They super mad right now.
The Caribbeans, the Jamaicans.
Hey, have y'all noticed something though? Tariq pointed this out, and I think it's grand though. So, who else pointed? It was something. I think it was Tariq. But he was like, man, did you notice that since we started identifying ourselves as our own ethnic group, the world has been going crazy? Look what kind of power we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we don't think that we is as powerful as we are, or we're winning, or we're doing this. Soon as we say, you know what? We ain't rocking with y'all no more. Y'all, soon as we say, you know what? We finna keep that same energy. Y'all been doing that slick shit this whole time, but we the only ones that been on some pro-black, pan-African, everybody, all skin-focused kinfolk. If you look like me, you down with the cause. Yeah. We was all inclusive.
We was.
I mean, not even just to people with the same uniform. Mexicans and Asians.
Why do you think every time we say now, no, black? Well, yeah, we know black. You brown, we gay, BIPOC, minorities. Yeah, we know black.
Yeah, no, they want to include, and you know what that's a part of too, though. That's that power dynamic too. They like, oh shit, the darkies ain't fucking around. Now either I better get out or maybe if I get out, maybe I might get me a little reparations too. Check too, Andrea Horseface Cortez.
Yeah, let me steal the thunder too. Let me steal some of the light. Let me steal that shine.
And another point that Jason Black so eloquently brought up, though, that as far as this black shit, we at the top of the pecking order, son. Ain't been no other black group across the world that had ever led a resistance or a rebellion at all other than us in the last 100 years. Ain't nobody been kicking up dust. Everybody take their cues from us. We talk about reparations. What they talking about in the Caribbean now? Reparations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We talking about getting white supremacy up out of there. What they talking about in South Africa and in all these other African nations now? Oh, we want our shit back. Colonialism is bad. Because we set the tone. So all y'all that have fled your country, let me talk to you real quick before we go on real quick. If you over here because your parents came over here, fam, and you might be second generation, right? I was born here. I was born in New York. I was born here. Listen, fam, check your peoples then. You know, some of you we don't talk absolute. It's a lot of Jamaicans, it's a lot of Africans and that kind of thing that know the scope.
Right.
It's a lot of y'all that know the scope. But the ones that don't, and the ones that don't check your people, if you know the scope and you don't check your people.
Nah, I ain't giving nobody no credit for not knowing the score.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You can know the score and
I say that a lot, but the truth is,
you ain't getting no credit for that. Fam.
Yeah, I say that a lot, but the truth is everybody knows. So let's get that out of there. But you know, and you ain't checking your people and setting it straight amongst them dinner services and them when y'all talk about the yukata, the makata. Yeah, well, the katas fought for y'all goof fast to get over here, so y'all should be doing nothing but paying nothing but homage and respect to your daddy, boy. When your daddy. Yeah. Man. Your daddy in this revolutionary shit, boy. Y'all went through apartheid forever, boy, until we got it straight, boy. We was fighting for apartheid over here, boy.
Straight up.
Now we just have to address that real quick. But anyway, it goes on to say a lot of splaining, but I want to see where he's really mad. It says Fox News fixture said he's pointing out the obvious by saying Democrats are intentionally accelerating the geographic change in this country for political advantage. Now that's the third time he said that.
Right.
He talking to his side, but in order to talk to him, he gotta tell a little truth. Why? Because he's talking to them.
Right.
He ain't talking to us. We know that. He trying not to confirm what we saying it by sliding it in on some other shit. The voters. Well, what voters, nigga? What voters? The black ones?
Mm-hmm.
I know you ain't talking about the immigrants because they ain't citizens. They can't vote. Hello, McFlizzle, do the math.
McFlizzle.
Do the math, son. All of these illegals can't vote, son. So who the other voters?
Oh no, but what they can do is I peeped. They can be included in the census.
So then now that justifies allocating resources for them because they're pretty much a burden on the country. Okay, I get it. So that's his third time saying it. They said we were expunging something called the Great Replacement Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard beans being spilled?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You don't say. Tell us more.
Hold up, and this is how you know it's some bullshit. A well-known racist fantasy, he said mockingly. See, white supremacy, it's always a joke. When they say some real shit, I ain't mean to say that, it was a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. Then he said, right, in other words, shut up. As leading Democrats put it again and again, who cares? Few white people in America is a great thing and should celebrate, Tucker said. He then rolled clips of Barack Sellers and Anna Navarro discussing the census data on CNN. In one clip, Navarro tells CNN Don Lemon about the recent trip to the White House. Guess who's got Stephen Miller's old office? Her name is Susan Rice, and now she's one of us. And guess who is in Ivanka Trump's old office? Julia Rodriguez, and she is Cesar Chavez's granddaughter. So they doing a lot of nepotism and all of that out in the open, huh, to get their agenda done, huh?
Mm.
Did you hear that? We are awestruck, Carlson said. Now Susan Rice, she's one of us, meaning she's a Democrat? No, I mean she's non-white. Us is non-white people cheering the extinction of white people. That was on TV. Think about it. It's hard to think about it because it's evil. Oh, really? But the distinction of black people is not evil, Mr. Tucker? Carlson Tucker? Carlson Tucker. Is that what you're talking about, bruh? He said he went on the site a tweet from Washington Post columnist Jennifer Rubin describing the data as fabulous news and saying, now we need to prevent minority white rule. Okay. I'm with that. Doesn't sound like a bad thing to me. Y'all been fucking up. Why you think? What is the scale backs up? Let's take the white thing out of it, okay? It's not about race. It's not about race, okay? It's not about race. All right? It's not about race. It's not about race, okay? It's not about race. The group of people that's in charge right now that just happen to be white been fucking up.
Period.
Polluting, homelessness, shooting, looting, raping, pillaging, plundering, starving.
Straight up.
Y'all been doing that. Y'all been doing the most. You see that bullshit detector? You see that right there? It's high.
Way high.
Cause I'm talking about the bullshit y'all do. A lot of bullshit.
Period.
That's why majority white rule needs to go. Cause y'all done had it, I don't know, for how long now? And been fucking up the whole time. Not even for your people. Not even for your people have y'all been doing it right. Okay, let's take the biasness out of it. I'm black. I'm about black empowerment. Fine. Let's take it out. It's not about race, Jay. It's not about race. If we're even thinking in terms of white people's benefit from white supremacy.
Right.
What does it promote? A bunch of tyrannical ass white men that can kill the woman and the child whenever they please. I mean, when we just sum it all up, when we do all of these stories, you see your PC females in there, but it be white male after white male after white male on a daily basis on a nonstop ticker tape parade of slaughter, murder, and mayalistic mayhem.
Indeed.
Shout out Kendra.
Yeah, yeah.
He made similar comments back in April, which led to the head of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, to call for his firing for giving credence to the anti-Semitic, racist, and toxic conspiracy theory. So they're calling that a conspiracy theory. What does that have to do with anti-Semitism? Because we're telling the truth on Democrats letting immigrants in here to flush out the black vote? What did Jewish people have to do with that? I don't get it.
It's talking about black. Talking about black, you can bring up anything.
Carlson already peddled the racist replacement theory is not so distant past. On Wednesday, he appeared on Fox and Friends to suggest that Biden administration is bringing felons, violent criminals, and our country on purpose to sway the outcome of elections. That is true.
It is.
That's exactly who coming over here, having Sierras and everything. Okay. Just one time. It's, you know what it is? It's the hand for me though. It's the hand behind that. It's the hand, man. It's the hand. You be holding, you be grooving with your partner, boy. I got to have my hand up because I'm like riding a bull. Like I be like riding the bull, but you be having your partner. You be locking that boy. All right.
Cause we grind, fam. You grinding, fam.
Listen.
And you
So listen, that's the end of the article, of course.
Of course.
That's the end of the article, of course. And basically, so that was a dog whistle. It's saying that we're really mad about people being happy that we're declining. Everybody should be happy. Just everything that happens about white people, you should be happy whenever we're in the news. You shouldn't be mad. You don't show you're hurting my feelings.
Little Tommy didn't get a prize this time.
Little Carlson Tucker. Anyway, man, we got a lot.
Carlson Buster.
Yeah, we got a lot more news for y'all. We'll be right back. Get in that description section because you know what it is. Get your gear on. Crypto stock and all type of other stuff. Distro Kid, Restream, TubeBuddy. All things to get you forward in life there, boy. Get you forward in life, boy. Damn. Anyway, it's 4 words that we leave you with there, boy.
Love, peace, blessings.
And we're gonna be right back with some more news for you.
A
whole bunch of that though. A lot of news though. I can't believe it. They're acting up today. Really bad. Last week it was all what was it, racist stuff in the news last week, and then the week before that it was I know 3 weeks ago it was
I bring it back like I took it from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back. Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG.
probably laced with the
I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paid with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right.
And you know what? Ain't no black people in Louisiana no more. Ain't none of them. Ain't none of them.
I don't want a wave, the nigga just go insane. This is a possible way for me to go late. Man, I knew it was something couldn't feel, and it was fake, it was fake. I was in this bitch, and I definitely belong here. Now that I'm here, I'm
I'm an animal, red gorilla, I eat your dog, your Gucci. Get what you're gonna get, front and center.
All my tools graduated from my own TPC scientific into what the plan is. Kick back, zip,
If anything wrong, fam, just blink.